We've been on a mission to find the best new gens in FM history. I asked you guys to submit your best ever Football Manager Newgens, and you did in your hundreds. All I've been doing over the Christmas break is looking at new gens. That's your fault. But with that, I've managed to now compile the bones of a team. I've made this little graphic here, look, which shows the best of the new gens that we've looked at so far. We have the goalkeeper, Aguirre. You'll recognise a few of these. Parashiv was from episode number 1. Filipovsky and Nadson in the midfield. Ilsinho, Kamoon. Barbosa we've decided as our striker. I think I'll put a tweet out to try and decide on him. If you haven't watched the other episodes of this series now, maybe go back and watch this. We've arrived at this stage here with these players so far, but I have a few problems with them. I'm looking at, first of all, the gap at left centre back. Obviously, we need to find one of those in today's episode. Also, the left back Balumi, I'm not quite sold on. Ilsinho, the number 10 in behind the striker there, and a Limby at left wing. I think we can improve on those. So I have found some new gens to compete with them. We're going to look at them. We're going to rate them in the comments down below. And ultimately, hopefully, we're going to finish off this new gen 11 and then turn them into a team, put them into the game, see how they do, and let you guys maybe download that file as well. I've loved looking at your new gens. If we jump in to looking at some more. And so we start with this man, Stefan Miller, a centre-back in the year 2034, currently plying his trade for Hoffenheim, submitted by Priscilla. Thank you very much, my friend, for giving us our left-sided centre-back in our best 11. I think he fills the spot pretty nicely. I hope you guys agree in the comments down below. He could even actually be a left back, as you can see by this here, but the media do describing him as a commanding centre-back, perfectionist personality with incredible physicals, including a really good jumping reach, which I'll always look for, even though he's only 6'1" only, I say, but you know, I'm used to defenders that are 6'8". He's my type of player. I think he just looks fantastic, doesn't he? He was bought by Priscilla when he was Hoffenheim manager. Since then, he's moved on to Chelsea. Very measly, a paltry £1.8 million, and now he has this value here, £200 million he'd probably cost to get out of Hoffenheim. He has won some things too, which is always good to list to add to that pedigree. He has won the Champions League with Hoffenheim, so there is that pedigree. He's won the Bundesliga twice, 3 German Super Cups. He's won a UEFA Super Cup. He's won the Pokal, the German Cup, and also was the runner-up in the next gen, which is always good, I suppose. Not quite the winner, but the runner-up. Hasn't won any Ballon d'Ors, but he is a centre-back, and he's only 23. So perhaps you could even argue that he's going to get better than this. In terms of a centre-back, if I just go ball-playing defender, which I think is what most people use more often, he pretty much has it all. One small quandary is maybe that aggression down at 9. But if used correctly, that's not going to be an issue unless you want him to be so front foot. If you've got another brilliant centre-back alongside him, I think you can navigate your way around an attribute like that. He's got okay passing. Is that a little bit low? I think, to be honest, though, again, we're splitting hairs, as we always do with these players. Have a look at the rest of the attributes and you're like, yeah, he's pretty good. 16 tackling, 17 marking, great heading, very determined, very brave. I mean, I'm going through them. They're all great. He's got lots of green attributes. I'd happily have him in our best 11. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, though. But this one should be, I think, pretty short and sweet. He's also left-sided. Does he even prefer the left? I assume he doesn't have a side preference, but he's left-footed, so fits in nicely in that position alongside Giordano as our other centre-back. I'm happy with this one. Let's move through now to a few players that I'm going to put forward to compete with the players that we currently have in our best 11. Come on. Before we do that, actually, I'm just going to do this really quickly today before people moan at me for asking. But if you find these videos fun, if you enjoy them, if you like seeing other people's new gens and you want to see more, and also you want to see when I put them into a full team and we make the best 11 and actually build it in FM24, if you think that's great, please subscribe to the channel. That's all I'm asking for. Maybe like the video too, but that's as quick as it's going to be today. Let's move through to a new left back suggestion. And that left back is this man here, Emanuel Salari. Courtesy of Dawson. Dawson, thank you very much for sending me this incredible left back who's going to compete with this man, Balumi, who is holding the place of left back at the moment, and in it himself is quite fantastic. However, I wonder, and I need your guys' help with this, is Salari even better? I want you to help me to decide that. I'm looking at both profiles together here, and maybe I'll do a tweet where we can compare these and get people's suggestions over there as well. I'm looking at the fact that Salari is 6'4". He's got potentially slightly better physicals, although they're very, very similar. I think he has better mentals. He's got the really high aggression, 18 concentration compared to 16. Composure's a bit higher as well. Positioning is actually the same, which is fair play. Teamwork's 1 better. Work rate is 1 better too. Tackling at 16 is the same. Less technique, 1 better crossing, 1 less in dribbling as well. They are very, very similar, but one of them is 6'4", which I suppose if they've still got the agility, which he does, I think just makes, is that just more useful? Could also go and play centre back as well if you need him to. I don't know. You let me know if he gets in the team ahead of Bellumi. Maybe the fact that he's gone and won plenty of league titles with Eintracht Frankfurt here for Dawson maybe tips him in your favour. He's German Footballer of the Year as well. He was 3rd place in the Goal 50, 3rd place in World Player of the Year from left back. That's no mean feat, is it? He has won a Champions League. He's won multiple Champions League. Having a look at this, actually. Did he ever win anything with Argentina? I wonder. Maybe that is something. A bit like, I can't actually see. It doesn't let me filter by that one. I am going to assume not. If I go to Argentina and see what they've won. Yeah, they've come 3rd at the World Cup, so I assume Salari has not won anything. Maybe they've won like the Copa America, etc. But Dawson didn't mention that, so probably not. I think, though, he makes a strong case to get in at left back. Again, I'm going to need your help. Let me know. Does he get in ahead of Bellumi, or do you think Bellumi still edges it? Solari's a little bit older at 27. Maybe that's something to consider. I would, maybe go with Solari, though. But let me know what you think. Let's move through to another new suggestion. Next up, we have an alternative option for the number 10 spot. I think it's such an important spot in any team. You want one of your best players. Usually, you know, if you think of Sunday League, your best player plays as the number 10, right? This guy, I think, has a worthy option for us. He is Renato Bruno and has been submitted to us by Lorinas. Thank you very much for sharing this guy with him. He is playing, and I think I need to put forward this case first of all. He's playing for a small Lithuanian team by the name of FA Sieliau. FA. He's playing for a small Lithuanian team, and I love the fact that he has so many 20s. In fact, if you just highlight his position here in the number 10, all of the attributes are like 18 or 20. Yes, he's lacking physically, but he's a little number 10. He's a 5'9" number 10. He's going to pull the strings and be that creative hub of the team. I think he's a great option. He's also, which I think just adds to it. Does he pass the name test? First of all, Renato Bruno. Yes, he definitely does. He's also half Polish, which I love. I almost wish he'd chosen Poland just for that. But I think he's great. He's played 138 games for this Lithuanian team, and he's won the Champions League twice for them. If we go to that pedigree, which we always think about, he has won a Champions League here, and going back, there was a Champions League before that, or was it later on? There's a Champions League here and a Champions League here, look. He has the pedigree. I think he's a brilliant option. He's got 3 20s, and as Lorinas says, he has got 8 18s. He's also got some 17s in there if we're thinking about his attributes. He's going to be competing, and I suppose we just need to make sure he's better than Ilsinho, who was submitted in a previous episode. I just think if you were to highlight, I'm looking at like the dribbling of Ilsinho being 14. It's 18 for Renato Bruno. First touch of Ilsinho is 13. It's 16 here. Flair of Ilsinho is 16, which is great anyway, but 20 off the ball compared to 17 off the ball. He's just better. And Ilsinho didn't have amazing physicals either. He's amazing. Perfectionist wonder kid. This guy's just better. For me, again, I want your opinions on these things, but I'd go with Renato Bruno. I think he's going to take our spot as our number 10 in our best ever New Gen 11. If you think you've got a better one, I will put the link to submit your New Gens down below, because I'm trying to go through all of them. There is, I think, there's 300 at least as I go through them. And some of them are just a joke. I'm trying to pick out the very best of them. Thank you so much for sharing them. I love this whole process, by the way. It's been a lot of fun making these videos. I hope you guys are enjoying them too. Does Renato Bruno make it in as the number 10? I think he might, right? Come on, let's have a look at the next one. Next up, an alternative to Charles Alimbi at left wing. It is Ivan Lonkarovic, submitted by Charles, and we are back on FM20. Let me put the attribute analysis up before people moan at me for that one. He is, I wonder, maybe a better left winger than Charles Alimbi. He is a Dutch 26-year-old in the year 2034 here. Elite winger, plays as just an out-and-out winger rather than an inside forward. I don't know if that makes a difference, but left-footed with all of the attributes. When I highlight winger here, the attributes are similar to the last player we looked at, Renato Bruno, in that they are just all elite in the right places. Does have some lacking places like teamwork at 10. Tackling, he can't tackle. 7 tackling. He's not tall either, but Is that an issue for a winger? It probably isn't, is it? He's got amazing crossing, amazing dribbling, 20 first touch, 20 agility. That is outrageous, isn't it? 17 acceleration, 17 pace. So he's fast enough. Is it elite? Truly elite pace? Maybe you could look for faster, but we are, again, trying to have really high standards there, aren't we? Amazing off the ball, really good flair, will score goals, has scored goals. If we look at the career stats here, 160 appearances from the wing, 139 goals. Does that edge him into the team ahead of Charles Olimbi, who was also back on FM20, I do believe. Maybe FM19, definitely one of the older ones. Looking at his screenshot here, he's similar. I'm looking at the dribbling of 19 for Zakarius compared to the 15 dribbling of Olimbi. Maybe the agility, again, at 18. We've got a 20 dribbling player there. Acceleration, he's just not as fast, is he? And he's only 5'3". He's only Diddy. Then again, though, are we considering Olimbi when he was in his prime? Because in the save that was shared with me, he was 33. So his pace had dropped off. So maybe in his prime, he would have been better. He has, though, only scored 169 goals in 612 games. Zakarius has got 171 and 253. I just think he might edge it. Again, this is going to be all about debates. Let me know which one of which makes it in. Maybe I'll try and, my pinned comment, I'll try and have both as a comparison. Maybe I'll do like a Gaiazzo link to have a look at the screenshots of the ones that we're comparing with as well, so that you can see everything. I'll try and do my best to set that up. Otherwise, Twitter will be the place, or in the Discord too. I think Zakarius gets in. Let me know what you think as we move through to our final new gen of today's video. And for our final player, we are here looking at Zakarius, a fantastic name, on FM21, submitted, curiously, by Zach. Thank you very much, Zach, for sharing your prodigy, Zakarius, here. And before you say anything, yes, his name actually is Zakarius. It's Zakarius Felikis, and he is a Greek new gen in Zach's game here, back on FM21. And have a look at these attributes. Now, before we continue, I just want to say we're going to be comparing him with a really, really good right winger in Camoon. He was in the last episode that we did, Cedric Camoon, and he was the player that won all of those Ballon d'Ors. 3 Ballon d'Ors won by Camoon. So a really worthy opponent, if you like, for Zakarius. I just found Zakarius when I was looking through the submitted players. Thank you again, Zach, for submitting him. And I just thought he's one that we need to have a look at and consider. And then I realized we'd be trying to put him in ahead of Camoon, who had still these attributes at the age of 35. So I really want you to consider what Camoon would have been like in his prime, because I almost wonder if Camoon still might make his way into our best ever 11. Maybe Zakarius could be on the bench. Maybe we compare them when we actually put them both into the game. Either way, Zakarius is one that we needed to consider. I'll let you guys sort out who the starter is going to be. Maybe I'll tweet out that one as well as a bit of a battle between the two. He's just a joke. He's almost like, he's one that makes you wonder, has he been made in a lab? If you look at inverted wing or inside forward here, I think you play him as either. He's left-footed playing on this right-hand side. I'd probably go with inside forward. It just fits with his attributes. Every attribute then is above a 16, which is just mental. It's exactly what you need. Most of them being 19s as well. 19 dribbling, 17 first touch, 19 balance, 18 acceleration, 18 agility, 18 pace. He's really good. 177 centimeters, meaning, what's that, about 5'10", perhaps? I haven't actually set it in my preferences going back to FM21 here to know that, but we can work it out. I think he's not super short, but not massively. He's not like a big rangy winger here. He's got a great record. Zach then also lists the things that he's won, which maybe adds to his pedigree, as we talked about before. Zach calls him the Greek god, as you probably would. His left foot is pure magic, he says. He's unstoppable on the attack, can score from just about anywhere. He loves to score long shots and wild free kicks. Does he have? He's got 17 free kick taking. His long shots are 16 as well, so you can imagine that is the case. Great traits as well, I'm just noticing as well. Cuts in from this right wing, which is perfect for his position. His average rating is a bit of a joke. I saw it when I first loaded into the save. 8.26 average rating, 18 assists, 16 goals from the wing, 23 assists, 15 the year before. That's 24 goals in all comps as well. Amazing goal record. Just an amazing player overall, playing for Manchester United here. At 26, he's been World Player of the Year 4 times, World Team of the Year 6 times. He's won a Ballon d'Or, and if we go to that Ballon d'Or, I think it's called the Golden Ball, right? I just want to point out the fact that he has only won 1 Ballon d'Or because his teammate has been sweeping up every other year. Look, Zakarius has been in second place most times. did win it ahead of his mate here, look. But Jeremy Perrin, do I need to consider him? This happens quite a lot, doesn't it? Do I need to consider him for our striker berth? Maybe over Barbosa. I'm not sure. Iron-willed personality. I love that one. That's not one you see all the time, but his goal scoring record, 213 and 215. It's not as good as Barbosa's if you think back, but that's pretty good. Anyway, we are being sidetracked. Zakarius did win a Ballon d'Or. I think that makes him a worthy candidate for the right-hand side. But is he better than Camoon if you consider Camoon's prime? Or are we thinking, actually, we haven't seen Camoon's prime, but we have seen Zakarius's? I don't know. Debate it in the comments. Please leave me a comment and let me know which one you would prefer. Check the pinned comment as well, because hopefully there'll be all of the context that you need to make your mind up there. But that's, though, where we'll leave it for today. Thank you so much for everyone who has submitted saves. Thank you to you guys for watching until the very end of the video. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like on it. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. But most importantly, have a lovely rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.